Hi, we're Floss and Alex. We live full-time in our self-converted VW crafter. Our journey started in England, where we caught the ferry to France and had a quick stop in Disneyland Paris before heading all the way down to Spain. Our aim was to escape the typical English weather and to find the sunshine. Bilbao was our first stop, where we got some honey, before moving on to find this hidden gem. We opened the doors and let in the sun, before walking down the beach and happening to check out this little bakery. We brought some treats back to the van and settled in for our second night in Spain, right beside the beach. The next morning we woke up to a completely empty beach, which made it even harder to leave this place. But we packed up the van and got back on the road, stopping for fuel and food. Our plan was to slowly drive towards Portugal, so we made our way inland. Little did we know at the time that slowly and Portugal was not what was planned for us. For the first time since we got to Spain, it was toilet day. We refilled the water and emptied the toilet. A shower was definitely needed by this point, so after a bit more driving, we found a campsite to freshen up and rest for the night. We were up bright and early the next morning and we had some very serious breakfast. Our day started off so good, but we had absolutely no idea we were driving straight into a wind warning weather zone until it was too late. Do you believe in bad omens? Because this is when disaster struck. We stopped off at where we thought we were going to be sleeping for the night, and we were like, oh, the skylight's leaking. And then we looked out and we were like, oh, the skylight's gone. So we've had to type in hardware store. We've driven half an hour in the on-off rain all the way to here. And I don't want to like jinx anything because we've got good weather at the moment. So touch wood, it stays like this. Alex has gone in to see what he can get. Fingers crossed he's gonna do what he does and he's gonna fix it. The winds were picking up and the rain was on its way. With a giant hole in our roof and daylight running out, Alex got to work. Parked where we were parked before when we found that the skylight was gone, and now we are fully covered, and it's being put to the test as well because it is raining. It doesn't look like it's gonna stop.
The easiest way you can do.
We slept and it rained. It rained a lot. It was relentless and continuous all night. I think it stopped for about 2 hours at about 2 o'clock in the morning, but apart from that it just continued to rain, and the wind was insane. The wind, I thought it was going to rip it off again, but it didn't. We knew we needed to get out of the open, so we drove to the nearest town to get some cover from the wind. Last night showed us how resilient the skylight is, but despite our best effort, the rain still seeped in. We stopped here for the night to come up with a plan, but the rain kept coming. Looking at the weather report, we had two options. Option 1, keep going to Portugal and battle through the heavy wind and rain and hope that the skylight could hold out. Or option 2, we raced towards the coast trying to beat the storm there, hoping that the sun would dry us out when we get there. After another sleepless night, with Mother Nature not letting up, we set off towards the coast. With the sun in our sights, we drove as far as we could, but the van was getting pushed around like a rag doll in the wind. With a break in the weather, it allowed us to stop at a gas station restaurant, but the storm quickly caught up with us. So we ate our food and left. Somebody was looking out for us today though. We had never been so happy to see clear skies and ended up in a place called Cullera, right underneath Valencia. After driving nearly the entire width of Spain, we were ready for bed. The next morning, the sun was shining and we found a new use for our potato masher. So we are now ready to explore Spain, and if you want to follow our journey down the coast, then please subscribe, as we have no idea where this trip will take us, but we are definitely up for an adventure.